Coming up next on this special edition of Arizona Horizon's Journalists Roundtable. It's our annual Journalists Year-End Show. We'll look back at the big stories of the year and look ahead with predictions for 2014. The Journalists Roundtable Year-End Show is next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Eight, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to a special edition of Arizona Horizon's Journalists Roundtable. I'm Ted Simons. This is the annual Journalists Roundtable Prediction Show, and joining me to preview 2014 are Doug McCackern of the Arizona Republic, Howard Fisher of Capital Media Services, and Steve Goldstein of KJZZ Radio. Now, before our panel predicts what will happen in 2014, let's see how well they did with their 2013 predictions. Producer Steve Clausen has the recap.
A year ago at this time, the nation was dealing with a tragic school shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. Heading into 2013, there was momentum for lawmakers to do something.
Will Congress pass a bill, a gun control bill, and let's make it specific, on assault weapons?
No, I don't believe that there's going to be any kind of ban on assault weapons.
You know, assault weapon is just like any other weapon, just looks different. So I'm with Doug on that.
There's too much contentiousness in the House for enough Republicans to go for that.
On April 17th, the U.S. Senate voted 60-40 against an assault weapons ban. One of the other big issues in Washington this year, immigration reform.
Will Congress pass a major immigration reform bill?
In 2013, I will say yes, although it will not have all the legs of the stool that people want.
I think that some diluted form of the DREAM Act does pass.
But I really do think that something will happen, and I really do think that it will be some sort of offering some sort of legal status short of citizenship.
The Senate passed an immigration bill in June, but it remains stalled in the House. Next, our panel turned their focus to the judicial branch of government.
Will a Supreme Court justice announce retirement in 2013?
I think at least one will, perhaps even two.
What do you think, Steve?
Yes, one. And I will go on a limb. Say Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You got a name?
Yes.
I'm going to stop this right now. No.
Next, our panel looked at the political scene in Arizona.
Will any big names announce for governor?
It depends on what we think about big names. If we consider Ken Bennett to be a big name, yes.
I think that Fred Duvall will put his name in.
But I think you will see exploratory committees formed, and I guess that qualifies as an announcement. Doug Ducey?
Several candidates have already announced plans to run for governor in 2014. From the governor's race, attention turned to the Arizona legislature and when it would adjourn sine die.
Let me see. May the 16th.
Howard?
Wait a second. I had that. You looked at my paper.
Really? I did not look at your paper.
Come on, Howie.
He's cheating, teacher. May 16th.
May 16th?
Yeah.
Like April 7th.
The correct answer, June 14th. But would the legislature finish the year with the same members it started with?
Will scandal force a member of the Arizona legislature to resign? Just one.
You're getting into sticky territory because I would actually even name that legislator. So, but I'm not going to, of course. I'm going to say yes.
But I don't see anybody actually voluntarily resigning.
I will say yes, but I don't feel confident about that.
2 members of the Arizona legislature did resign in 2013, but it was not because of scandal. Another question focused on the future of Attorney General Tom Horne.
Will Tom Horne be Attorney General at this time next year?
I don't see anything that's going to force him out.
I think he will hang on to his office.
I say yes, because hubris, that name is Horne.
From politics, our panel moved to the economy and the national jobless rate in December 2013.
I think we've still got a ways to go to get down to the point where the Fed is ready to start tightening up the money supply. So I'd say 7.8.
I'll say 7.7.
I think there will be people continuing to drop out of the job market, and that's what's going to push it down to 7.2.
The official national unemployment rate stands at 7%. Next, our panel played meteorologist and tried to predict the official high temperature for Phoenix during the summer.
I'll say 117 high.
119. I think we're gonna get pretty close to the record again.
I'll just say 115.
On June 19th, Phoenix reached 119 degrees. From weather, talk turned to sports.
How far will the U of A go in the NCAA basketball tournament?
I will say Sweet 16 and then knocked out at that point.
I think that they'll get to Sweet 16, and that's about it.
They'll win a game in the tournament, and then
And that's it? Just one win?
I think so.
Arizona reached the Sweet 16, where the Wildcats lost to Ohio State. From basketball, talk turned to football and who would win the ASU U of A game in November.
I think it'll be another great game in 2013, but I think ASU will come out on top.
I did some graduate work at the U of A, so I've got to go with the Wildcats.
ASU because U of A's fifth-year senior college quarterback graduated.
Arizona State defeated Arizona 58-21 to keep the Territorial Cup in Tempe for another year. There was also a question about who the Arizona Cardinals starting quarterback would be in 2013.
I think that whoever is going to be the starting quarterback is someone who's not on the Cardinals roster right now.
But in the NFL right now.
In the NFL.
What do you think, Steve?
But I will say Kevin Cobb.
I'm just guessing that it will be a quarterback currently in the NFL now.
Carson Palmer joined the Cardinals in April after a trade with the Oakland Raiders. Our panel also weighed in on the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Will the Diamondbacks make the playoffs?
Yes, I think they're putting together a good team. They have great pitching. I think they'll do okay.
I'm going to finally turn around and say, yes, I think that they can do it this time.
I still think the left side of their infield is terrible, so I'm going to say no.
The Diamondbacks failed to make the playoffs, finishing with a record of 81-81. A year ago, the future of the Phoenix Coyotes in Arizona was on thin ice.
Next fall, are the Coyotes in Glendale?
Yes, with Greg Jamieson as owner.
I think that they'll be there.
Yes, they'll be there.
The NHL sold the Coyotes to a new ownership group this summer that pledged to keep the team in Glendale. And finally, our panel is always asked for a long shot and a sure thing prediction.
I'm going to say that Governor Brewer will not take any step toward running for re-election beyond continuing to suggest that she can if she wants to. My long shot is that Trevor Bauer, recently traded from the Diamondbacks to the Cleveland Indians, will be the American League Rookie of the Year.
My sure shot is, despite everything that's gone on, we will not only have gun legislation, but we will have gun legislation that will get out of at least one chamber of the state house.
The state?
Yes. My long shot is sort of a variation on Doug's. I think that sometime between now and a year from now, Jan Brewer will say, you know, I've thought about it, and I'm not going to seek a third term.
Neither Scott Smith nor Hugh Hallman will decide to run for governor. And my long shot is that because of the pathetic nature of the Phoenix Suns, even having a satisfaction guaranteed night, former lieutenants of Jerry Colangelo will get together to put a bid together to buy the team.
And now it's time to find out who did the best job predicting 2013. Steve Goldstein finishes third with 7 points. Doug McCachran is the runner-up with 8 points, and Howie Fisher wins for the third year in a row with 9 points.
Well, a very brief congratulations to Howie on yet another win. Do you have any words for us?
Yes, I have to stop wearing the same tie.
Yes,
here
that
after
would
you.
help.
This is my lucky tie, and
All
I'm going
right.
to keep wearing it.
Let's see how lucky you are. Let's get now to 2014. You all set to go here?
Ready to go.
All right, 2014, a big election year in Arizona, so we're going to start with the governor's race. Doug, we'll start with you. Who will be the Republican nominee for governor?
Well, Mark Brnovich may turn out to be a brilliant campaigner. Who knows? But he's an unknown entity. So I think that, or Attorney General, not.
Yeah, we're talking governor's race.
You know, this is the problem with going to the list. I believe Scott Smith will.
Really?
Be the Republican.
Interesting. Okay, Howie?
The problem is, we're taping a few days before the end of the year, and who knows what Scott will do. I think I'm going to say Ken Bennett only because he's sort of a safe bet for the Republicans. Now, he doesn't have a lot of money because he's using public dollars, but I think even with Doug Ducey's money, Doug annoys people. And so I think that Bennett could walk in there based on a long experience.
Republican nominee for governor.
I was afraid of being the dull one here. I'm going to say Doug Ducey because even though he does annoy people, he is out at a lot of these precinct committee meetings. People like him. They want to give him. They like him to the point because they think he's going to win, so they want to give him money. Scott Smith, I think, would win a general election. I don't think he can win a Republican primary.
Well, let's get to the question on who wins the general election. Who wins the general election?
Well, Ted, Doug Ducey's going to win the general election based on registration advantage entirely. I don't think Fred Duvall can make up what Napolitano used to make up.
Who wins the general, Howie?
Well, my problem is having put my money down on Ken Bennett. If whoever the Republican is, if it is going to be Bennett and the Republican, it's that way. I don't think Fred Duvall is the kind of person who can bring in folks the way a Bruce Babbitt did, or that the Republican nominee has the negative sides that Matt Salmon did when Janet Napolitano took.
Who wins the general there, Doug?
It's not going to be Mark Brnovich, I'll tell you. But I do think that if Smith is a nominee, that he'll win the general election. And so I'm going to stick with that. I think that Smith will win the race.
All right, let's get to your favorite candidate here. Will Tom Horne survive the Republican primary for Attorney General?
He is anything. He's not anything if not a tenacious campaigner, and he's going to be tough in the race. I don't know that Mark Brnovich is the campaigner to beat him. I think he'll be tough on him, and I think he'll have some resources to put into the race, and I think he'll win the primary.
Republican primary for governor.
See, I don't think so. I think that what's going to happen is in January we have the first set of hearings on Tom Horne's problems. Whoever loses that will appeal it. This will drag on almost up to the August primary. And every time we have a hearing, we have the FBI was following him. We have the campaign finance questions. We have the hit and run. And it becomes one of those things that as much money as Tom Horne can raise, I think that Brnovich, who's brought together the conservative wing of the party, and the rest of the party never really liked Tom because they thought he was always a Democrat. I think that Brnovich could pull it out.
What do you think, Steve?
I'm going to go with Howie on this, and here's why. I'm going to give Doug some credit because what this reminded me of, to some extent, it's not an exact copy, is when somebody wrote a really tough editorial by J.D. Hayworth, and a lot of Republicans I knew said, I'm tired of J.D. I'm tired of J.D. embarrassing us, embarrassing the party, and what Horne has done is worse. So I'm going to say Brnovich will win that, yeah.
All right, so who wins the general attorney general race?
I will say Felicia Rodolini will win. She will not get her matchup with Horne. I think she'll beat Brnovich.
Who wins the general, Howard?
I think Felicia could do it. I think she came very close the last time around against Horne, who had name ID. I think Mark is, as I say, the good news for him is he is from that right wing of the Republican Party, which helps in the primary. I don't think that helps in the general. I think that Felicia's got some good street cred, and I think she could pull it out.
I think she's as tough a campaigner as Horne, or for that matter, any other Republican that might win the primary there. And so I think that she's got a good chance at winning, and I'm going with Rodolini too.
All right, so let's now go to the Secretary of State race, and we'll just do the general here and avoid the primaries. Who wins?
Honestly, I think that Will Cardin obviously has got a lot of money, and it's hard to say no to that. But I think he's got a tendency to step on his own campaign. I think that Michelle Reagan might have a chance.
I like Michelle Reagan. I think she's a very strong campaigner. I think she knows how to raise money. She certainly brought herself some friends within the party with her fight for higher campaign finance limits. We'll see what happens in the courts on those. Wild card, obviously, again, pre-taping the show, is Terry Goddard. And, that he could make it a real race. But I think I'm going to say Michelle if I had to.
Okay, I'm definitely going to go against the grain here as well. I'm going to go with Justin Pierce. Because I think even though Reagan did get Republicans on her side, I think she's going to get the flip-flopper because of the whole weirdness of her Medicaid expansion votes.
Interesting. All right. Republican-Democratic breakdown of the Arizona House and Senate.
I think the House will end up 35-25, and the Senate will end up 17-13, and needless to say, both remain in Republican control.
Give us some numbers, Steve.
I see, yes, one seat gained by the Democrats in the House, so 35-25, and then I see one seat gained by the Republicans in the Senate to make that 18-12.
Honestly, I think that this is going to more reflect the congressional races that how they're going to play out nationwide, and I think that the Republicans will probably pick up a seat in both houses. I think you'll see 38 Republicans in the House and, number 18 in the Senate.
All right, as far as the congressional delegation is concerned, will any congressional incumbent lose their seat?
I think the most vulnerable is Ann Kirkpatrick. A lot of it's going to depend on who the Republicans nominate. We've got a long way off on that. They could end up shooting themselves in the foot. But I think Ann Kirkpatrick may be history at this point. The rest of them, even for the first termers, I think that they're pretty well cemented in. Even Kirsten Sinema has done a good job of buddying up to the conservatives in her district. Ron Barber's a little trickier, but given the tendency of Republicans down in southern Arizona to pick people way off the fringe, I think Ron could eke it out.
Doug?
I think that I think Andrew Walter will run a good race against Kirsten Sinema. If he sticks with it, I think this guy has got he sounds good anyway. But he will lose. I don't expect him to beat Kirsten. She'll have a lot of money backing her. I think, however, that Martha McSally in Southern Arizona, in her I think third time, she's been increasingly better as a candidate every time she's run. I think she may pull it off this time.
I'm going to say Kirkpatrick's the only one who loses, and I think she has a pretty good chance of losing to Andy Tobin. And in that district, it helps to bring pork back. And I think Tobin proved in the recent session with the jobs bill that he's willing to do that. I think so in that district that works. To follow up on something Doug said, I think Andrew Walter is actually, once you get past the fact that he was an ASU quarterback, I think he's a guy who needs to go back in the huddle maybe to some extent. 'Cause I don't think he's got much there. So I think Sinema's got that energy. She has a chance to be a future Democratic star, and that district really works for her.
And that's a bold sub-prediction that you think Andrew Walter will come out as the Republican nominee.
I think he will. I think his reputation, on the field will get him that far.
Interesting. All right, Steve, Democrats, will they win back the U.S. House of Representatives?
I don't see any chance of that happening, especially because of the reaction to Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. I see no chance.
Oh, sure. I mean, mid-year elections, are you kidding? No president at the top? No, I don't see any way they can do it. They could end up losing 3-4 seats at least.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose a few seats. They're not going to win back control.
All right, well, with that in mind, will the Republicans win control of the United States Senate?
I predict they come up 2 seats short. I think that's... with their capacity to blow perfectly winnable races, I think that's got to happen. I mean, that play has really played out so many times before.
Are you suggesting that Republicans like blowing themselves up?
They have a demonstrated facility for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with Doug. I don't think there are enough good races out there that for them to take over. It's not like the House where everything is up for grabs. So I'd say, maybe a seat one way or the other.
Republicans win the Senate? No.
I don't. I think a no, and I think the only chance they have is if we get out the dictionary and the words rape and abortion are completely eliminated from the dictionary, so that there's not anyone who's supposed to win in Missouri who says something weird about that.
Okay, that's very bold and a little convoluted. We'll try to get that in a second here. All right, and we're going to start with you, so we can keep it moving.
Okay.
Any big name candidate to announce for president in 2016?
I'm going to say one big name. It's a person who hasn't been in office but is out front of the immigration issue with Clint Bolick of the Goldwater Institute. I'm going to say Jeb Bush.
Yeah, part of the problem becomes what's the definition of a big name. I think that they all have to jump in if you really want to start raising money, whether that's Ryan, whether that's Santorum, who I think is already making noise about it. Christie's sort of a weird unknown. I mean, I think he feels that maybe he could make a difference, and I think we may even see him form at least an exploratory committee.
Any Democrats even bothering? Besides who?
Well, there's the two usual. I want to see what kind of relationship there's going to be between the former Secretary of State and the current Vice President. Whether he gets any more hair implants, that may tell you whether he's running for president.
All right, again, we got to take a pause and try to figure out what you're talking about. Let's get back to a big name for running for president.
I'll just make it easy. No, I think we're in an era of listening tours, and I don't think that anybody in this, until the calendar year starts, they're going to make an official announcement.
Okay. Doug, will the Diamondbacks win the National League West?
Ted, as big a fan as I am, I love Kirk Gibson. I just think the forces of evil in Los Angeles are just too powerful right now. They're Mordor of the National League, but I think they'll make the playoffs.
Interesting. Okay, nice prediction again.
Okay.
The Mordor of the National League or something like that. I like that for LA. I'm sort of aligned with Doug. I don't think they win National League West. I'm not even sure they get the playoffs, quite frankly.
What do you think, Steve?
I say no. In fact, I think they may have to lease back the pool to the Dodgers when the Dodgers clinch again in their field.
Playoffs?
I don't think so.
Playoffs?
No, close. We're talking about playoffs? As long as we're not talking practice.
Let's talk about the Suns then. Will the Suns make the playoffs?
Okay, now I've been a Suns fan since I was 7 years old, so this is very difficult for me. Because at the beginning of the season, I thought they were going to be terrible. They're not terrible at this point. I'm going to say no for two possible reasons. One is that I hope they don't trade Channing Frye, but they might, who's a local kid, and they might. But I also think they drafted this center, Alex Len, huge draft pick, 7-footer. once he recovers from his ankle surgery, they're going to want to play him, and he's not going to fit in with the pace they have with these young guards who are fast. So I'm going to say no.
What do you think, Howie?
I think they can. Again, it comes down to the way the basketball is set up. You almost have to have a totally losing season not to make the playoffs, and I think they do that obviously for advertising purposes. So yeah, they'd make the playoffs, but not much further.
Oh gosh, Steve did just a remarkable job of breaking this down. And I'm a Kevin Johnson, Charles Barkley kind of guy. So, but I'm just going to say no. I don't think they've got this two guard configuration is nice now. I don't think it's going to be nice in March.
One last sports question. University of Arizona. Doug, does the U of A make the Final Four?
I think they do. I think they've got a really good team. I think that they've just won a really tough game against Michigan. I think they will.
I think this may be the year that they do it. Definitely Sweet 16, pretty damn sure Final Four, and I think they could end up in the finals.
All right, watch your language, Howie. Steve, what do you
I'll
think?
say Final Four. Why not? I think the way college basketball's changed, you have so many guys leave after their freshman year. They've got a few juniors and seniors. Yeah, I think so.
All right, time now for our long shot and pure sure thing or pure things predictions. It's either one. Okay, Mr. Potty Mouth over here.
Yes.
Give us a long shot. Give us a sure thing.
Okay, my sure thing is that despite all of her rantings and ravings about what the Constitution allows, we will not see Jan Brewer's name on the ballot in 2014 for governor. My long shot is that when we're sitting around the table next year, Clarence Carter will not be head of the Department of Economic Security.
That's a long shot.
Well, okay. Well, what else do you want? I mean,
Wow. Let me make that my sure
else do you
thing.
want?
you can make that your sure thing. Well, that
All
may
right,
be
well,
okay.
You got a three-time title holder here. Wants to protect his lead with that kind of a. All right, gimme.
Okay, now my sure thing is that the legislature will pass and the governor will sign some sort of Clarence Carter to move CPS away from DES, which delves into one of my long shots. May I have more than one, please, sir?
Sure.
Which delves into the fact that will keep Clarence Carter under wraps a little bit. So he will, I don't know how long he will survive, but he will not be gone early in the legislative session. If he leaves, the governor might make it so he can leave on his own kind of thing. So it won't be under a cloud of controversy or scandal quite in the same way. So my other one is that even though I said the Diamondbacks would not make the playoffs, I still think Kirk Gibson, Kevin Towers survive, manager and general manager, but team president Derek Hall becomes Major League Baseball commissioner.
That's another bold prediction. You always come up with these bold predictions. All right, Doug, what do you got?
I had a really depressing sure thing, so I'm scratching that off, and I'm just going with the anti-Howie. I really do think that Clarence Carter will be gone sometime before the end of next year. As for a long shot, I think Christine Jones will make, she's not going to become the GOP nominee, I don't believe, for governor. But I do think that she's got enough money and she's got enough personality that she'll make a credible play. I think she may come in second against the ultimate winner, unless that person is named Scott Smith.
Do you think that Christine Jones then becomes a player in future elections?
I think she does. Yeah.
Okay, so she's here to stay.
I believe she is. She is a she has personality, and a lot of those candidates simply don't.
All right. Listen.
Would you care to name the candidates who do not have personality?
They've been named tonight.
All right. Listen. Tiebreaker here. Okay. Tiebreaker.
Okay.
Hottest temperature next summer.
121. Since I went with 119 last year, I think it's going to get even hotter.
Now, are we saying Phoenix, Kingman, or Bullhead City, Ted?
We're saying Sky Harbor Airport, Steve.
Yes.
I'm going to say 118 degrees on July the 8th.
Doing a quick calculation of Arctic sea ice and its density right now, I'm predicting 116 is the highest it gets.
Really? So we got 116, no such thing as global warming. 118, and Mr. Global Warming over here, 121.
Yeah, and I think if it's July, I think it's going to be in June, whatever the hottest day is, not July.
That's
I think
another
July's
tiebreaker, Ted.
All right, well, we'll look forward to next year as we look back to 2013. Some amazing stories, some surprises, lots of heartbreak in certain areas, some optimism in others. We'll see how you do, though, come 2014. Can you guys just try step it up just a little bit? I'm so tired of congratulating.
Yeah, except for the fact, so do we get at least one prediction out of you?
Yes. We will have our 2015 prediction show just about this time next year.
And that's your sure shot.
That's my sure shot and my long shot in some ways. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for joining us. I'm Ted Simons. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of 8, members of your Arizona PBS station. Thank you.